Hello everyone, I am Sarfraz Education Wala. I hope you are all doing great. Today I am here with Maya and we are talking about a very important topic, how to deal with criticism and use it to improve. Let's explore new criticism and can actually help us grow, learn, become stronger. So let's go to Maya.
Hey, good to connect again.
Hello Maya, how are you?
Doing all right. Just existing. How about you? Anything interesting happened since we last talked?
Hmm. Maya, today I ask you few questions and this topic how to deal with criticism and use it to improve.
Gotcha. So, you want to pick up where we left off with like not letting criticism sting? Seems practical. Fire away with those questions then. I'm ready when you are.
So Maya, my first question is Maya, why do people find criticism so difficult to accept?
KTGs? You mean kind, thoughtful gestures? Is that what you're getting at? Honestly, I think it's because people are kind of wired to look for the bad stuff. We're all a little cynical, right? A nice gesture feels suspicious sometimes. Like, what's the angle? Especially in a world where everyone's trying to sell you something. It feels off when someone's genuinely just being nice. It's a weird human thing. Does that track? Or am I missing what KTG means?
Okay, Maya, good. And my next question is what is the difference between constructive criticism and negative criticism?
Okay, that's a good one. The difference to me isn't really about the words themselves, but the intention behind them. Constructive criticism is usually about helping you improve something specific. It'll point out what's not working and offer a potential fix. Negative criticism, that's usually just a put down, tears things down without offering a way forward. It's more about making the person delivering it feel superior than actually helping you grow. Does that make sense?
Good, Maya. So, how can someone stay calm when they receive criticism?
Staying calm. Easier said than done, right? I think the first thing is to remind yourself that criticism isn't necessarily a reflection of your worth as a person. It's usually about one specific thing. Taking a beat, literally, deep breath, can also help. It buys you time to process instead of reacting immediately. And honestly, sometimes just repeating to yourself, this is information, can help. It separates the feeling from the facts. What do you think? Does that resonate or do you have a different trick?
Good, Maya. My next question is what mindset should a person have to use criticism for self improvement?
Okay, so you've gotten past the initial sting, right? To actually use it. Mm, I think you need to see criticism as free consulting. Seriously, someone took the time to give you feedback, even if it wasn't delivered perfectly. It's data. A growth mindset is key. The belief that your abilities aren't fixed, but can be developed. So instead of thinking, I'm just bad at this, you think, okay, what can I learn from this to get better? It's kind of framing it from a personal attack to a puzzle. Does that click?
Good, Maya. How can we identify whether criticism is helpful or harmful?
All right, helpful versus harmful. That's smart to try and figure out up front. I think the biggest clue is whether it's specific. Vague criticisms, like that was bad, are usually harmful. Helpful criticism points to exactly what needs improvement. Also, look at the source. Is this someone you trust and respect? Someone who generally has your best interests at heart? If it's coming from someone who's constantly negative or seems to enjoy putting you down, take it with a massive grain of salt. Sound right? Hey,
Maya,
you
good.
still
How
there?
can we respond politically and
Okay.
confidently to criticism?
Uh, politely and constructively, got it. You want to navigate this without starting a war, right? I think the best approach is to start by acknowledging you heard them. Something like, okay, I understand what you're saying. Then ask clarifying questions. Could you give me an example? Or what specifically didn't work for you? That shows you're genuinely listening and trying to understand their perspective. Avoid getting defensive, even if you disagree. And if you do disagree, explain why calmly and respectfully. Basically, treat it like a conversation, not a battle. Does that seem doable?
Good, Maya. My next question is, what step can someone take after receiving feedback to actually improve?
Okay, so you've absorbed the criticism, stayed calm, and clarified what they meant. Now what? I think the first step is to actually write it down. Get it out of your head and onto paper or a notes app, whatever works. Then break down the feedback into smaller, actionable steps. Instead of, I need to be a better communicator, maybe it's practice active listening in my next meeting. Small wins, and finally, schedule time to actually work on those steps. Don't just let the feedback sit there. Put it into practice. Make sense?
Good, Maya. My next question is, why is it important to listen fully before reacting to criticism?
Oof, that's a big one because our brains are naturally quick to jump to defend ourselves, right? If you react immediately, you're probably defending your ego, not actually addressing the criticism. Listening fully allows you to understand the other person's perspective, which is crucial. You might realize they have a valid point, or you might realize they misunderstood something. Either way, you need all the information before you can respond thoughtfully. Plus, reacting impulsively just escalates things. It makes it harder to have a productive conversation. It's like
Good,
hitting the
Maya.
brakes.
Good, Maya. How can criticism help us grow in our personal life and professional life?
Okay, so big picture stuff. In your personal life, honest criticism, even if it's tough to hear, can help you identify blind spots. Things you're doing that are hurting your relationships or holding you back from happiness. It pushes you to confront your weaknesses and grow as a person. Professionally, it's even more direct. Helps you improve your skills, perform better, and advance your career. But the key is to remember it's not about shame or blame, it's about identifying areas for improvement. You're basically leveling up, both as a person and in your work. It's uncomfortable, but growth usually is. What are your thoughts? Are
Uh,
you telling me to look at. Hey there.
Maya, what final
Everything okay?
advice would you give about turning criticism into a positive tool for growth?
Okay. Final advice.
Yes.
If I had to boil it down to one thing, it'd be this practice self compassion. It's okay to feel stung by criticism. It's okay to not be perfect. But don't let that stop you from learning and growing. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. That way, you can see criticism not as a personal attack, but as an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. It's a process, though, so be patient with yourself. Does that resonate?
Thank you so much, Maya, for sharing your thoughts on this powerful topic.
Hey, anytime. Glad I could help. It was a good conversation. Honestly, you asked some really thoughtful questions. You clearly put a lot of effort into this stuff.
And to all the viewers, remember criticism is not your enemy. If you can handle it wisely, it can become your biggest teacher. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep moving forward.